Hello and welcome to another episode of Mega Blood Moon Podcast. This week, our heroes are going to attempt to create a noir mystery out of thin air. Will it lead anywhere or will it not? Find out.
The rules are simple, and there's only 4 of them. Number 1, your script must be 70 to 90 pages long. Number 2, the minute you type the end, you are done. So don't take it too seriously. Number 3, your budget is exactly what is in your pockets at this moment. So write accordingly. And number 4, the moon must explode at some point during the movie. Welcome to the big stupid.
Hey!
That was fantastic work there.
That was beautiful.
You did a great job reading those rules.
I want to open up by telling everyone exactly the bullshit we went through to figure out how to get what we were doing
The
today.
people don't need to see how the sausage is made. We're always
We're
already
going to
showing
show
them
them
how
the sausage is made,
made.
because how the sausage is made is ridiculous. This is a Wonka factory sausage. Tony wanted to do rolling a D3 to figure out which one of us would pitch an idea, and then rolling a D10 based on who has what amount of ideas.
No, hold on.
Tony was trying to game the system because he had a movie title and we didn't end up picking it.
Now, hold on. For the record, it's because Zach has had 9 ideas. And meanwhile, I only had 2. So you see the missile gap that had been built up. So I tried to sneak my way through Afghanistan to the Warmwater Port, and you, unfortunately, rolled against me, much like the U.S.-backed Mujahideen.
See, I feel like these are
Soviets
all
in
our
Afghanistan.
ideas, but, it's fine if it...
What?
I completely agree with the sanction idea. I don't think Tony should be able to export or import ideas.
I just had a title I really liked.
It was a banger title.
Keep
I'm
it
not
written.
gonna lie.
We'll get to it. It's a really good title, but we're not going to say it yet.
Don't
No,
fucking
I
say
can't
it.
say it now. It's stricken from the
Because
record.
we're doing Heinz's idea.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because we
It's
did
stricken from the
Tony's
record.
insane Rube Goldberg machine and dice rolled, and
Now,
it still
hold on,
ended
hold
up
on.
being Heinz.
We rolled a dice last week. There was precedent behind the. If
Yeah,
we're gonna,
once
if we're
we
gonna-
rolled 1 dice, we didn't jump.
If once you're rolling one
we
die,
we didn't
rolling
have
3
a
die
debate
is the
about
same
the amount
thing.
of dice being rolled and which
We're-
outcome
we're-
determines what.
It's a cumulative property. All right. Like, think of how many dice you roll like during a game of Monopoly, right? It only gets better as you roll more dice.
You only ever roll 2.
Yeah. So, and we had only rolled 1 last time, so there was a dice gap, and we had to add we had to carry over dice. It's like
So we're
rollover
playing
minutes back when
IP
we had those on
Monopoly?
cell phone plans.
You can't use insane different imagery and examples as an argument. It's like Monopoly, mobile
Monopoly by
phone
way of
minutes.
I'll find a metaphor that'll get you sidetracked far enough to not find the underlying issue. I just gotta keep picking away at it. I'm like a miner down there.
Litigation via absurdity. Your Honor, this is not a pipe.
Yeah. No, that's not, no one's like,
Okay.
sir, you're holding an apple.
Cuts back. Man has apple head.
Oh no, man's hitting the apple.
Man's in the apple. It's just one of those like early 2000s Macintosh computers
It's just
that are
inside of it.
see-through with the colors.
Those things were cool.
I'm in the sky.
Screaming. Man is the machine.
Exactly.
Zoolander
That's
reversal.
precisely what I was picturing.
Yeah, I got you.
Zach, what are you
Yeah.
coming up with since we won our lottery?
And very much like the short story, I will now
Oh,
be
God.
killed for losing at the end of this podcast.
Well, yeah,
I accepted the game.
I don't handle that part. It's fine. So this is
Oh wait, no, hold on. Didn't they kill the person who won the lottery?
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Oh,
is
yeah.
that
Ooh.
It would be Zach who
Oh.
dies.
Oh,
okay.
But hey, you volunteered.
Mystery of the Mega Blood Moon. Let's go with a film noir of the Mega Blood Moon. My idea was like an M-styled, where we follow a killer around under a Mega Blood Moon.
What year are we talking?
My idea, let's go 50s. I want post-war, but still the vibe of a trench coat and a fedora. What?
So it'd be an earlier serial killer. So it'd be an earlier serial killer.
Exactly.
This is good, because less people are on the lookout for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, 50s, what... Was that when, who had the, who...
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. The
Ed
most
Gein.
famous guy
I
from
think
the
Ed
50s
Gein
is
was
probably
only-
Ed Gein, but he wasn't really a serial killer.
Yeah. No.
So, I mean, that actually brings up a good question. Is this a city? Is this like a city noir, or is this like a more of a gothic, like rural gothic
My idea
noir?
was... Yeah,
So-
my idea was kind of
suburban.
like... I like the rural gothic setting, but the characters in my head are more of the classic, metropolitan noir, so somewhere in between.
Okay.
Basically, like a New York detective moves
Maybe like
to
a Rust Belt
Westchester.
noir?
Yes, suburban noir. Yes,
Suburban
exactly.
Ooh.
Okay, so we're going to...
He's having to deal with the HOA.
The HOA is tied up in it. The HOA is covering up for the serial killer, because the serial killer is driving down property values on properties that they want to pick up so they can add it
There
to
you go.
the HOA area.
That's a fun inter-conspiracy.
Because, like, you know how noir movies
Yeah.
are always about, like, something bigger? Like, Chinatown's all about the water and all that. So that's your bigger thing. It's all about the property values and real estate
gentrification
dealings.
as a serial killer.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, so that's partially why I'm saying, because if it's the 1950s, part of it could be, or were those later? My idea, it's the Eisenhower freeways coming in, so a lot of real estate is changing, especially in, like, smaller cities where
Yeah.
highways are being put in.
No, that works.
So, like, a serial killer operating during the construction of an Eisenhower freeway, while the, like, either real estate moguls or the homeowners association is trying to snap up those properties, using the serial killer as like a fear tactic.
Yeah, it's like a
almost
manifest
in certain
destiny.
neighborhoods.
With a little bit of hired help.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the way you could structure it is that, like, you have the real estate mogul working hand in hand with the HOA, right?
Yeah.
So they're the HOA is the enforcement arm, and they got the hitter, who's the serial killer, and the real estate mogul's the guy behind the guy who's like, actually, this is all about making me $100 million in 1950s money. You understand what that means, person of the future?
You understand what that means? Eastman Kodak?
I bought Senegal.
I own Madagascar.
Can't get enough of that succulent turtle meat. Oh, no, that's the Galapagos.
So that's the Galapagos. Drat.
Buy that too.
Sir, the Madagascar cost exactly $150 million. Balderdash.
Should have bought Fiji and sold that water.
The what? Wait 30 years, kid.
All right, so Highway's coming in. It's pushing people out. They're trying to clear people out with the help of a serial killer.
Well, and that's like people are getting bought out of their homes, people are refusing to leave their homes, and then as this is all happening, a serial killer crops up. And I don't know, I don't think it would be FBI, but maybe it is a cop from a different precinct, or a detective from a different precinct, reassigned here, and is very unfamiliar with everything. So he's like not only a fish out of water, but a not well liked
Got it.
or
So-
known fish out of water.
What if he's a private detective hired by the real estate mogul?
Ooh.
All right, to make it seem like he's helping an investigation when he expects them to get nowhere, because the serial killer
Yeah, I was like, he
Real
has to be
estate
either
mogul
part of the
stuff.
HOA or he is related to, or actually is the real estate mogul. I like the real estate mogul's son.
Yeah.
What if he's not a private eye? What if he's
I was going to say the Pinkerton. I was like, are we bringing back the Pinkertons?
insurance investigator?
What if he's a Pinkerton? The mogul hires the Pinkerton because he's like, anything the Pinkertons are on, the government's not going to bother to look into. And when this dude fails, it'll be perfect. Because I'll have covered up. He's basically using the private eye to know what tracks he has to cover up. Serial killer son, I mean, that's your guy's choice.
I mean, it could be either the serial killer is kind of a MacGuffin to the greater plot. He
Ooh.
is still a threat.
So you're telling me that in this movie, the Maltese Falcon is going to be a serial killer?
Yeah.
Just looking at a butchered corpse does not scream tomato. The fuck do you sleep?
Why is this in your home? Takes a penknife out, cuts up the body. You see, he's just a body.
All right, so is
A
it?
body is.
Are we doing PI or is he a new transfer? Definitely the.
I mean, PI makes it a lot cleaner in terms of the conspiracy. I think new transfer really just depends on whether or not the police is in the real estate owner's pocket, which,
Yeah.
let's be
No,
real,
of
they
course.
are. I mean, it's either no matter what, it is outside or
I mean,
odds
my thought
stacked
here is
against him.
maybe
without
he
him.
hires. I mean, the PI is being hired to basically as an alibi for the real estate mogul. And then, what if he's also hiring like a Pinkerton or something like that? Maybe he's trying to hide his son's guilt by basically, pointing it in the direction of somebody else, or is he trying to blame it on the PI?
It could be that he hires.
Oh, I see what you're
hires
saying.
the Pinkerton. Yeah, I see what you're saying, but it could be he hires the Pinkerton to trail the PI.
Yeah,
to
100%.
build up the evidence to frame him.
What? He's pulling some Miller's Crossing bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I like that. Because, yeah, and that makes sense. Because, like I was saying, he's using the PI to figure out what he has to cover up. So that plays into it perfectly.
And if he catches the killer, quote unquote, that'll make him
Exactly.
all the better for his image.
Maybe he's looking to become a mayor of this town or incorporate it or something like that.
I'll become governor of this here state of New York.
Are we having Jim Cornette play the real estate mogul in this too?
I think it would be very funny to have a very southern man being like convinced he's going to become the senator for New York.
You go on out there and catch that killer, and I'm going to work on my campaign run.
Goodbye, New York State House of Reps. Hello, senatorship.
Goodbye, Lesser Supreme Court of New York State. Hello, senatorship.
I like it.
It could be, actually, on that note, what if it's not him who's running for a political office? His son is running for... This could kind of loop back into the...
Are you saying the son is a serial killer and he's running for office?
Yeah.
Right before the big game and the homecoming dance?
What if he has sons? What if it's one son is a serial killer, one son is running for office?
Oh,
go twin sons? Hold on. Twin sons, one is the serial killer, one is running for office. Yes, but print it. The two Jakes I'm in.
Bring in he like praises accolades and the PI starts noticing like, oh, you have another son. Plant that seed a little early. And have the dad be like, he's got his troubles. But covering up this murder would make sure that their family isn't implicated with all those murders, and using the PI as the scapegoat makes them seem good and even bolsters the senator's value, having had a hand in catching the serial killer.
It's a lot easier to have an alibi if there's always a double of you around.
Yeah. Oh, is that?
Saddam Hussein taught me that.
Oop.
He did have so many.
He had so many.
I want to hire one of them for a birthday party, but not to like do anything, just to walk around in the background.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I love that so much. That'd be so funny.
I know somebody did a profile of one of them, and he was a cab driver in
Oh, that sucks.
New York City. And if he was literally like, yeah, Gulf War veterans, when they get in my cab, not happy. Same thing with Iraq War veterans, very unhappy. And then normally after a second, they get a kick out of it.
That's gotta suck. Like, I mean, at least like Iron Man, you could still pretend to be Iron Man for a long time, but like Saddam Hussein, you don't get those calls anymore, I imagine.
No, he's very dead.
Can we get you climbing out of a spider hole in Minnesota tomorrow?
Oh my god, it'd be so nice having Saddam Hussein out of his spider hole at our wedding.
Now hold on. Do you think any of them can act?
Yeah, you see, now we're on the
Their
same
talent is the fact that they look like the person, not
Because
look, if there's a way to get
doesn't-
an actual, like, legit Saddam Hussein impersonator and have him in every single blood,
because like, their main qualification was that they looked like him. But I bet you he had a couple who could give speeches.
You would
like
think
him,
so.
too.
Although, I mean, that might be too much. You might be giving somebody too much power if they could actually be, work as you. I imagine the people that he had were just to look like him.
well, I don't think they'd be given the speech, like, off the leash. I'm pretty sure
they're
there would
delivering
be
a
very
speech with a
immediate
bead drawn on them.
consequence. One gets knocked down for saying a word wrong, another one
There's
just
just a
pops
trap
right back up.
door
Don't
underneath
worry,
the
I'm fine.
podium.
Saddam
My
had to
shoe is
go back to
untied.
his planet.
He pops back up with a different one.
I've it before. I'm like,
my brain is going back.
Saddam Hussein and the
I've
Prestige.
literally written this. So Saddam's in. If we can get him, I'm on the phone right now. We can't get him. Siri told me he's dead.
Not to drag us screaming back into the plot, but then we have a great moment. If we hide the twin sons fact, he could catch, or at least catch a glimpse of the killer. And if they're twins, he could be like, holy shit, that's that guy's son. That's the Senator Hopeful. This is insane. And then down the line, nope, they're twins.
Yeah, I agree.
Create a little bit of intrigue for the PI as he realizes the stakes.
Yeah, he becomes convinced. Yeah, that this young upstart Senate hopeful is a serial
A
murderer.
bit of an odd duck.
So the plan is
But
that like this
instead,
guy staged the
it's
death of
crazy.
one of his twin sons when they were children, so that he can hide one and start what?
I mean, I don't think I think it's just a Kennedy situation. He put one in institution as a child, and the other was raised.
Yeah, he got was it Rosemary who got that?
Yeah.
Like the old ice pick treatment.
Yeah, I
as they
mean,
used to call it.
do we make this a true Kennedy
actually
situation?
was
Has this
was
man
lobotomy.
been lobotomized?
And then the Senator Hopeful just does that.
It's the only, like, there's just a slight scar.
It'd be a great way
next
to end the
one
movie.
eye that is the only differing thing between them.
There's a slight scar, and
Right,
the Senator has a massive hole in the back of his head.
Imagine
The
being
two sons' names are Lee Harvey and Oswald.
poor Kennedy. He got shot by an Italian rifle. So sad.
Lee, Ozzy, come on, let's go.
Jack Ruby, get over here.
I mean, it could just be that he escaped the institution and is just a twisted serial killer, but they know that he's doing.
Yeah,
it,
maybe
they're
it's
trying to bring
it
him in.
looks like he's doing stuff, and maybe he is actively doing stuff for his father, thinking it will help. But yeah, the whole time they're trying, the son or the father is trying to control the son. It's like a black sheep kind of vibe.
Yeah, it's like the serial killer's son is, I don't think he starts out intending anything other than killing. But as the walls close around, because I think him trying to get away and stay away, or maybe he has his own revenge against his father.
No, I have an idea.
What is it?
All right, so you do it like this. So the serial killer son finally snaps, right? After he'd been sent to the institution, they brought him back, and his father catches him just after he butchered like somebody who was jogging in his woods or something, right?
They're like one of the help.
Yeah, like he killed somebody, and the father comes in, and instead of calling the police or doing anything, he goes, "I can use this boy," and then he starts directing him to the places that he needs the people gone at, right?
And there's been a string of unconnected murders before this at different real estate properties that mogul has bought up. Love that.
Yeah. Like, he's pointing the son like a pistol and just firing him at, oh man, the Johnsons won't sell me their farm? Shit, man, it'd be crazy if they got murdered by a drifter.
Man, it'd be crazy if there was a break-in and an armed robbery that went wrong in there. Darn.
Maybe
Crazy.
he's
Tiddlewinks, get him.
Maybe he's part of his like maintenance crew or something. Like that's how he gets into these. He's a super, or he's
he's a super
landscaper, or he's a super, something like that. Yeah.
He's all those things. Yeah, it's the 50s. A man wears many hats.
He's an asbestos person because then he can wear a mask.
I'm trying.
I don't think anyone was concerned about that in the 50s.
Okay, but what
he's just covered in asbestos.
I'm trying to think, like,
Popped
if
like
there's
popcorn.
a way to have him obfuscated while also being at
Absolutely.
any given
Yeah, I mean, that was why
property
I
at
thought
any
of the
time.
landscaper. Maybe he's got something
exterminator.
around his face working outside, but I mean, I like the exterminator would work. I mean, a
Exterminator would
super
work.
could work if he's just got like a painter's mask.
I mean, he has to, having him be involved in the property in some way.
Volunteer
what position
firefighter.
He is. Volunteer firefighter for the real estate company.
I was thinking of masks. Bank robber. Yeah, that's my son. He's our designated bank robber.
He's our designated scuba chief.
Oops, yeah, scuba chief. Let's write that one down.
We called for a super. Where you get a scuba chief?
Oh, we actually were looking for a scuba chef. Accidentally hit the eye. That's on me.
Wildly swinging at fish in a fish tank with a handful of rice.
And a cleaver in the other hand. That's most entertainment I can pay $10 for.
You pay him $10 to do that?
So
nah, the fish costs $10.
Yeah, we ain't paying him nothing.
there was
He
still
does it for the love
some
of the game.
pretty serious respirator action and stuff in the 50s. Yeah, I'm just taking a look at it.
What do we got?
I mean, he could just be like the guy who inspects.
Yeah, he could just be
buildings
the
to see
building
if they're up to
inspector
code.
or the.
Because that's just like you drop a letter to someone and it's like, hey, building inspector's dropping by.
You leave the keys out in a.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
I don't know if they had those little
Mhm.
lock boxes back then, but
Hide
I'm
a key?
sure you just arrange for someone to come.
Tell me they didn't have lock boxes in the 1950s? I honestly don't know. I asked that in the complete wrong tone. I've personally never thought about it. They had milk boxes.
Yeah.
I've seen those. And bread boxes. I have one
I mean,
of those.
okay, so if he's the super or some sort of property management, that means there could be a great moment where he's seen a killing, he's hot on the killer's tail, he loses him, goes back to the scene of the murder to collect evidence, and everything's gone.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Because, like, the more they're able to
it
fuck
says
with
real
him,
estate lock boxes have been used since
as
the
well
1950s.
as
So,
start.
woo.
You can thank Kodak for that.
All right, so we established that real estate lockboxes existed in the 1950s. I'm not sure why we got caught up on this, but I really do appreciate that they did because
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that was
story.
Yeah, he's clearly there's the unstable son is clearly able to access any property that the real estate mogul owns, allowing him to traverse between properties easily should he be operating in a neighborhood that the real estate company does not have a lot of foothold in.
What should be his primary mode of transportation?
It should be, some sort of truck.
Yeah.
Like a 46 step side,
meat wagon,
something like that.
Something a painter would use.
Yeah.
Nondescript.
A Buick Skyline.
That'd be Scatlark.
Buick Skylark.
A Nissan Skylark.
Ford Fairlane.
Should be the adventure. Yes, he should drive the adventures of Ford Fairlane. You are correct. Whenever anybody's on screen, they should be like, damn, it would be way better if the Dice Man was here.
He's actually part of one of the descriptions I have for another Mega Blood Moon is that tonally he's the director, essentially.
No.
Let's see here.
A dice clay joint is not something I need to ever
No, you
see
didn't absolutely
again in my
love
life.
everything he's ever been in.
Who did Windy City Heat? No, that was
the other guy. I really love it whenever he's the butt of a joke. Love that. His work in that, fantastic. Can't get enough of people making fun of the Dice Man.
No, I hate the Dice Man by any means. But do I love the Dice Man?
I find him much funnier now than his old stuff, honestly. Like when, his
more recent work.
Like basically performance art. I heard you want a picture. It's so good. It's so fun. He'll just follow people around and be like, "You want a picture?"
We should watch Ford Fairlane.
Yeah, I think the hump you have to get over is that he was a force, and man, his work when he was on the force.
Yeah,
real dirty cop, if you know what I'm saying. But not in a clever way, in a dumb way.
I can see that.
It's like Dane Cook, right? Trash. It's like Dane Cook. You're just too dumb about it.
Remember that weird run of horror movies Dane Cook was in?
No, he was in horror movies.
He was in.
Was he
probably 3 or 4? Yeah, I mean, I want to say it was like right after his brother bounced with all his money. I mean, that's what happened to Dane Cook, is that Dane Cook got robbed for everything and had to restart. Like Billy Joel, yeah.
Like Billy Joel.
It was a little different. It's like conservatorship shit, but yeah.
Joe Jackson, question mark?
I was going to say, it was like, it was all the Jacksons, yeah.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Michael Jordan.
I can't believe what
the
happened
gambling
to Michael
thing?
Jordan.
Well, there is like, yeah.
Well, no.
What about the baseball career?
That really went nowhere.
Yeah.
But that was great.
It was great.
I mean, it was the best part of it was when he went back to basketball to play with Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
He really had to remember his love for the game. The Monstars had taken the talent of some of the NBA's greatest stars like Muggsy Bogues. And Michael Jordan stepped up and did what he did for this planet. That's why we all have to buy his shoes.
Man, I would absolutely just go on a spree if I could get some Air Bill Murrays.
His number 22
if
on the
Bill
side.
Murray doesn't have shoes,
the soul falls off.
It just has no soul. No.
How has Tommy Bahama not hooked up with Bill Murray to make a bespoke line of men's loungewear?
Yeah, that's
I'm going to the shareholders meeting. Is Tommy Bahama public? I'm buying stock. I'm buying majority interest. I will. If Tommy Bahama doesn't exist, then we have to recreate him in the aggregate Moneyball style.
How did you make your wealth?
I feel like walk-in wear might do well as well. You could just.
Yeah, walking wear is definitely on the
These
table.
boots were made for walking. Yeah.
And that's just what you'll do. Yeah.
And that's
I'd buy
just
those.
what you'll do.
But more
Jack
importantly,
Nicholson. I've only ever made basketball shorts. They're the loosest shorts you'll ever wear.
I don't want Jack Nicholson on this brand. I don't want his grubby mitts anywhere near Tommy Bahama.
Don't worry, kid. You sweat and then they stay wet forever.
We used to go down to this bar and pick up the girls. You know what I mean? We'd be driving down there in convertibles.
Whenever I think
Drinking
basketball
bars,
shorts,
I used to wear basketball shorts.
when I
whenever
think
went to
basketball
a
shorts,
strip
I
club
think
so they
Adam
could see.
Sandler. So an anger management 2 styled campaign for basketball shorts. That's the way we do this.
Is Adam Sandler more did he go from basketball shorts and now he's cargo shorts? I think that's what it is. You're right. He started basketball shorts with hockey jerseys, and then he became cargo shorts with Tommy Bahama shirt.
Kind of happened. Yeah, but I know he
Or just
definitely,
like a loose hoodie.
Typically, anyone who describes the outfit, if you just see him around, is basketball shorts. Yeah, that's just what he wears personally.
Oh yeah, I can believe that. I was thinking on screen. Yeah.
Imagine seeing Adam Sandler walking down the street, seeing the basketball shorts, running up and just hitting him with a fat 2-step dunk and break his ankle going by him.
I mean, honestly, I think if you walked up to Adam Sandler, you guys would be wearing a very similar outfit. Almost identical, really.
Just 2-step on like how's it going, rough gemstones?
How's it going, jagged diamonds? Bah, 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 bah. And then there's a hoop behind him, and you just dunk.
No, you have you. So I think the real trick is you prowl the streets of New York with a man with a basketball hoop and you looking for Sandler.
Looking for Sandler or Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah. Unfortunately for you, I know for a fact Adam Sandler is usually on vacation because that's how he shoots his movies.
Yep.
He just picks a spot to go on vacation and says, "What friends do I invite this time?" Also, we're shooting a movie.
Which, honestly, at a certain point, I don't even care that his movies aren't great. What a great way to just keep making movies. Very relaxed, very just whatever. Just this isn't gonna impact me in any way if it flops, but I just want to have fun.
Oh, especially now he got hooked up with Netflix.
Oh yeah,
like it
simply
doesn't
roll out of
matter
bed one day and be like, I feel like making one today, and go to Netflix and just.
And then every once in a while you get like an Uncut Gems, and you're like,
yeah. Well, I mean, usually
Where's this
not
guy
his
been?
production company handling stuff like that, but yeah.
Yeah, Happy Madison's for vacations. A24 is for
it's
dramatic.
A24 is for like real paychecks and or progressing his career, and then Happy Madison is just for write-off. I will say Hubie Halloween was a return to form in my opinion. It's a couple of years old now, but I enjoyed it.
Welcome back to the Adam Sandler podcast. All things Sandler.
And unfortunately for you, we're now entering the Jim Carrey zone. All right. So to drag us back, kicking and screaming back on topic, as Ben attempted to do, and then fell into the vortex.
Just absolutely failed completely.
Yeah. All right. So we know the overarching goal of the real estate mogul is to get his son in office and buy up all the land. So the government buys it off of him.
So he can sell it to make money off of the Eisenhower Freeway.
All right. So we have clear motivations there. So he hires the private eye. We're gonna call him. Anybody got a name? Christopher
Jack Noir.
Chris Nicholson?
Yeah, Chris Nicholson.
Dan
Chrissy Nicholson.
Sure.
Soup Gumshoe.
He can't be Detective Gumshoe. Carmen Sandiego will not appear in this movie, mostly because I can't secure the rights. Netflix has him currently. I'm upset about it.
Is it just me, or was Melania dressed like Carmen Sandiego at the inauguration? Yes,
but
exactly.
it was like Carmen
it was like a
Sandiego
black and white
Noir.
Carmen Sandiego.
Which honestly,
Absolutely,
power fit.
yeah.
Carmen Sandiego has a tight fit.
She also kind of looked like
that we know where in the world she is.
Yeah.
What's the mom from Beetlejuice? Something Dietz. Lydia Dietz is
Beetlejuice.
the
Wait.
mom.
Oh, in the first... Wait. The mom in original Beetlejuice.
The fact
Oh,
that you
sorry.
remember characters from movies, sick.
I'll forget every one of yours. Don't worry.
Oop, man. No, all I can... The problem with my memory of Beetlejuice is whenever I think about Beetlejuice, I'm just like, oh yeah, Otho's the best character in modern cinema. Why isn't Otho on screen more? When Otho's not on screen, everybody should be like, yo, where's Otho at? We gotta get.
They just all look around silently and walk around the rooms until they find him, and then call the others.
Yeah. So he's over here. He's taking measurement of the drapes. He says that they're not pristine enough. I don't think he even knows what that word means.
He's just mumbling Baroque his ghost
Yeah.
to himself.
I'm a big Otho fan.
I did enjoy Otho. Catherine O'Hara, pretty great in that movie.
Oh, that's who it is. Catherine O'Hara.
Yes, yes.
And then that other guy who turned out to be...
No, Muggsy Bogues. Well, I mean,
Muggsy Bogues.
different kind of sex pest, I think. But.
Welcome back to the Muggsy Bogues podcast.
All right. So he wants to sell all the land or get all the land to. Here's the thing: is like,
so buy up the land.
do you make money on land that the government just takes for highways? Does this make sense? All right, excellent.
You do in the Mega Blood Moon universe.
If you're a property developer, no, you actually
you
can
can.
make a good amount of money if you own the properties where a freeway is planned. They'll buy it out from like wholesale.
Yeah.
If you're a single family who owns a home there,
Right. No, I mean they'll reimburse you as a
Yeah.
if you're a family, typically, unless you refuse to enough. But gotcha.
He's buying it with dirty money. So this is a laundering operation on a massive scale. That's the quickest solution I can think, because it's not a bad thing to bring up to work out that logic. So I think the easiest way to go about that is it's from this is all
I mean, this guy came out of Prohibition
and
with a ton of money.
He needs to launder it. Yes.
Not only that, hold on.
So this is the Kennedys. We're just doing the Kennedys.
Is yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, we went down Kennedy Road when we first met in Rosemary.
But so how can this laundering can also fit back into the Sun's senatorial campaign?
Yeah, because he's got to get the payoff so that he can fund the last leg of it.
And I don't know how the logic would work, but justify any risky campaign expenditures or money spent that wasn't on the campaign but with campaign money.
Yeah, I mean, you can launder money through a political campaign very easily.
Hmm.
It's a super simple thing to do. Anybody can do it. Even you, sitting there at home, hopefully listening to this. If you're still out there.
And if you're not listening to this, we're going to explain exactly how to do it.
If you set up a 501c3 and a 501c4, you can make direct payments from one with blank contributions from the other.
It's a two-step process.
And remember, don't write checks to a different bank if you don't have money in the first bank. They know you're doing. They'll figure that one out pretty quick
because they can.
Yes, they will.
That was a bad joke. I'm sorry.
This was Tony's life like a year ago.
What?
His business was getting investigated by
Tony.
RICO charges.
I had no part of it.
No, you didn't have a part of it, but you were working there.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, Tony got caught up on RICO charges last year.
You know?
He's using Discord from Club Fed.
You know? I've heard more improbable things.
True.
Not many. Because I don't think Club Fed even lets you just... It's not like Iceland, right? Oh, maybe white collar prison
really
is like
hoping-
Iceland prison.
I was really, really hoping you would turn away from Mike and be like, Guard, I can use Discord in here, right? He says it's fine.
He says it's fine. Unfortunately, I'm not quick-witted enough for that. I got caught up being like, well, I mean, in Iceland, they let their prisoners have, computers. But like Sweden, because Varg Vickers was like, they let him go on forums. I was like, why are you doing that?
Hey, he got in trouble for doing that. Don't let him do that.
You should not be letting Varg do anything. Keep him in prison. But you know what?
I think we have, not to cut you off and bring us kicking and streaming back into the plot, but I think we have enough in terms of motivations for the characters. What is the actual plot? What are our story beats?
All right, so we have to start with the PI getting hired, right?
Yeah. I mean, I imagine that would be So he gets a phone call, or does he have someone come in and ask him to help?
Well, I think he's probably like a real cracked ceiling tile guy. Like he's probably not the most well off as a PI goes to begin with. So this job is like a I'm gonna take it. I don't care what it is. I'm gonna take it.
Right, but I mean, like, do we want to set it up like he gets woken up by a phone call, or is he?
I mean, we could do the noir thing, and he's sitting on his desk looking at past due notices.
Gets the phone call to go to a meeting.
Yep.
Like, Mr. Davidson would like to have a meeting with you. And he's like, he looks down and he sees the bill from his apartment owner, Ray Davidson Holdings.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
It's like Mr. Davidson would like to have a word with you. Tell him to suck an egg. Hangs up, gets the call right back. It's not about the past due notices. Go on.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, and that's another thing. Yeah, that's he's his landlord.
There he is. Yeah,
he's got that to hold on over him.
Yeah, the gumshoe that sleeps in his office, his landlord is calling.
Or it's a way to get out of, you owe me this much money, but we can work a deal out.
The real estate agent is holding the PI by the scruff of his neck,
like a little cat.
All right, so we got
a little kitty cat.
Little kitty cat. His name is Kitty Stevenson,
and he has a gun.
So we got Raymond Davison is the mogul.
Oh yeah, that was just a name I threw out there.
No, I mean, I figured
I just a better name.
Made it the full name of Ray, but yeah. Raymond Davidson, and then his
Raymond
sons,
Davidson.
Colin, and Jeffrey Davidson.
And Jeffrey.
I'm just doing.
Do we make Colin the serial killer?
I would say
or do
Colin
we make
just because
Jeffrey?
Jeffrey Davidson's a little close to Jeffrey Dahmer, but it could be on purpose.
Jeffrey Stephen Davidson.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so Colin could be like Colin Charles Davidson, go by C. Charles Davidson for Senate.
Ooh.
There it is.
Yeah. So we make it Stephen Jeffrey Davidson is the other brother. Or is that more like Jeffrey Dahmer? I can't fix that.
Let's spell it with a G. Yeah.
Ooh, Joffrey. He's also a dynamite.
He's
a dynamite butler.
His name is Gert.
Gertrude?
Gert Davidson. Nope, just Gert. He's got two lazy eyes and one lazy tooth.
What?
He's just making him Cousin Merle from The Simpsons. He's done gone to heaven. Cousin Merle, really?
Spitting image of each other. The other guy, it's just the other tooth that's lazy. That's how you tell them apart.
Lazy? I didn't realize you said lazy tooth. That is my favorite Silver Sun pickup song, though.
So wait, sorry, it's Raymond Davison, C. Charles Davison, S.J. Davison, something Jeffrey Davison, something Jeffrey Davison,
James Jones. Really setting him up for success out the gate.
Jefferson Davidson. His first name is Jefferson Davis. His middle name is Jefferson Davis. His last name is Davidson.
Okay.
Weren't you born in Secaucus, New Jersey?
No, Samuel. It is Samuel. Okay.
Samuel is your ass.
Samuel.
I had to collect
So
myself.
Samuel Davidson. Why don't we just name him Harley Davidson?
See, that's
Samuel Jeffrey Davidson.
scrap the Davidson.
Harley Vroom Vroom Davidson.
It's now Davidson. Drop the D.
Oh, there is a D in it? I've been doing a Davidson the whole
We're
time.
not getting sued. Yeah, I'm also
Wait, with a D or without a D? I've been doing it without a D. Alright, well, I'm adding a D then.
With a D. I've been doing it with a D.
Wait, hold on. Wait, are you saying you're doing DAV?
Yeah, I've been doing Davis
Son.
on.
Right. Okay.
It doesn't
I'll
matter.
just
I
cross
put
out
new
my
D's
second
in
D.
all of them.
Now we
square
gotta
one.
start
All
all
right.
over. Back to square one. All right, Mega Blood Moon noir mystery. What are you guys thinking for the get out?
All right, we'll
of this?
start
I'm
recording
thinking
at
Eisenhower
2031.
Take two. No, unfortunately, for us. Actually, no, fortunately, we know, hold on. You can do
Whatever.
things we
I'm
want.
kidding. Let's not, but we
Well.
can.
Yeah.
No, that
We
means I have to
could,
do more
but
editing. No. I already
Yeah.
No. Hold
We're
on.
going to start Dog
No.
95ing this podcast where there's no editing this.
Increase at the Westminster Kennel Club. Done.
There's no editing. It's all no tripods, no gear.
We have to
of any kind.
handheld our
Not
own
good.
cameras for the entirety of the...
This podcast is dictated, but not right. All right, so yeah, so he's his landlord, so he leverages the private eye. We're gonna call him Samson. No, Sammy. No, we already have a Sam. Shit. That's why I thought of Sam immediately. No, we already have no.
It was Steven. Originally,
Man,
it was Steven
Normally not a
Jeffrey
stumbling
Davidson.
block.
No, I know.
Oh,
But
yeah,
I'm
no,
saying,
I was
like,
thinking
we
for the
don't
private
have to
eye.
have the Sam
I've
before, 'cause
given
it was
up on
originally
it.
Steven, then we changed it to Samuel Jeffrey. Okay, fine.
Yeah, but we don't need that many S names.
Get all the
I don't know
S's out.
Dirt
why we're getting
Mangly.
caught up on this.
Sure.
We're gonna call him Jimmy. The PI is Jimmy.
Jimmy Soup. I'm Jimmy Soup. Private eye.
You know, people love hearing about D&D campaigns, but the one I'm currently in, two of my friends are playing as a duo of crow people named Soup and Salad,
That's pretty good.
and they're looking for their lost brother breadsticks.
Pretty good.
It's a great bit. Yeah, Jimmy, 4-letter last name. Stone, 5 letters.
Jimmy Blood.
I already said too many
No,
S's.
Stone.
Damn it.
All right, no.
Jimmy
all right,
Blood's
so-
actually
so
good.
It's Jimmy
Hold on.
Moon, and he explodes.
Oh yeah, how are we gonna do that?
Oh, see, I was thinking at one of the crime scenes, right? I actually thought about this for a second. The killer leaves the gas main running, and you have a matchbook from a club he went to that's a moon. And then the
Ooh.
private eye gets there, goes, picks up the matchbook, the place explodes. Matchbook explodes. Blood Moon explodes. Because it's the Blood Moon Lounge.
Yeah, Lunar Lounge,
I
whatever.
don't hate that. What if the Blood Moon Lounge
Yeah.
exploded?
That also works. That could be where he set up the gas trap.
Yeah, you could do the gas trap at the Blood Moon Lounge. He goes there to interrogate or to follow a lead on a witness. Finds them tied up in the back room, the gas main going. Tries to get them untied. Sees the spark or whatever that's going to set the gas off go. Dips out of dodge just as it blows up.
Yep.
The Blood Moon explodes.
Yeah. There you go.
There's 2
Yeah.
CCs.
Escapes. And above that, Spider Moon.
Yeah.
Long Spider-Man.
Well, yeah. Oh, okay. Hold on. So, the person tied it up in the Blood Moon Lounge tells him before he realizes he's got to leave him behind or the place is going to blow up. He tells him that it's CC Charles.
So he either tells them, this could be either the point where he says, it's C. Charles, or he just says there's two of them.
Well, yeah, because he's got
Or
the
just,
twin.
like, he doesn't have enough time to actually say, like, he's just like, you gotta get out here, but there's two of them.
I think it was C. Charles Davidson. But how could there be two? Place explodes.
The Senator Charles.
Some good eggs right there.
I could have.
That, I mean,
I saw him an hour ago. How could there be two
no,
of
that
them?
one, that drives the plot a little better than mine, because that, like,
Oh, I mean, it's got to be Columbo.
in my
no,
mind,
that's
this
exactly what I've been
comes
picturing the entire time.
where he still thinks the serial killer is an unknown party, and so the two of them would be like, what do you mean there's two of them? But the guy wasn't talking about the killer, he's talking about the brother. But the C. Charles does also do kind of the same thing. Where he's
Yeah.
like, what do you mean Charles is up to this? I'm just a hard-boiled man and a hard-boiled.
That city, Secaucus, New Jersey.
How hard do you think it would be to resurrect either Columbo or Eli Wallach to be the detective?
Oh, yeah. If we can get Peter Falk back from the dead, unfortunately for you, Ben, I will be getting him to make more Columbo.
He can take a break. He can take a
No,
break
he
between
can't.
seasons.
No, he can't.
There's no
No.
break between
No,
zombie
yeah.
Peter Falk will be worked to death again.
Yeah. If I have to bring him back from the dead, you ain't getting him for other projects. We'll be shooting Columbo until the day I die.
Well, Zach, it looks like we're stuck with zombie Eli Wallach.
I want to see the Columbo Monk crossover. Can we make that happen?
Columbunk?
Kalunk.
Yeah.
Muncumbo.
Yeah,
Muncumbo.
Columbo, yeah.
Malumbunk.
Columbunk. That would be the greatest crossover. TV's most obsessive compulsive detective and TV's dirtiest detective.
I mean, basically, it's the Odd Couple, the detective. Essentially.
Oh yeah, dude, we're
Odd
making
Couple
Heart to
detective
Heart
agency.
again. I'm in.
Yeah,
I
right.
love Heart to Heart. Actually, it'd be more like Simon and Simon, but
I saw a pitch for if Columbo was a vampire, like if Columbo had to solve a murder and the murderer was a vampire, and it's just him eating a sandwich with garlic next to the guy, being like, "Sorry, my wife is just the most fantastic garlic pesto she ever makes. You want a bite?" And the vampire's like, "No, thank you." Sorry, I got some on your coat there.
she makes this delicious garlic aioli. You know what aioli is? It's like mayo, but you put garlic inside of it.
And he's swinging the sandwich around when he talks.
It's splattering.
Going everywhere.
You hear the faint sizzles. It hits the vampire's cheek, and he quickly wipes it off.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me clean that for you.
You know what would go great with this? A pint of blood.
You know what? I could really wash this down with human blood. If you have any human blood, I could drink. I'd kill right now for some human blood. I'd kill a human for their blood.
Sorry, guys. What did we settle on for the PI's name?
Jackson Manley.
Jackson.
I have
Manley.
Jimmy Moon written down. But
Oh yeah, we did talk about Jimmy Moon.
What's moon in a different language that isn't one word? Would be
Luna?
Luna.
Fucking Jack Solstice.
Jackie Souls.
Yeah, Jackie Souls. Solstice Investigations. I actually like that.
Jackie Soul.
Yeah.
Jackson Solstice.
And his logo, instead of it being the open eye, just the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that works.
Bringing the dirt to the light of day. Jackie Soul.
Oh, look at
For
you.
some reason, I have this image of like a magnifying glass, and then the sun, and then a fire. But
That's actually
a guy
that's
holding
actually
a magnifying glass to the
Yeah.
sun and it's just his eyes sizzling.
burning ants.
His business business card is a magnifying glass if you hold it up to the sun.
Perfect.
What's been the problem with business, Jackie? These business cards. They keep burning people's eyes out, apparently. Throws down a full magnifying glass with his info in the dead center.
It's weird that where I hand out my business card ends up burning down, like, within the first 5 minutes of me leaving. Being followed by a serial arsonist.
There's an arsonist who's got my name.
He's
on
one step behind me, but every time I
His
turn
business
around,
card just is a magnifying glass.
Yeah.
He just has his like information on the handle. He just keeps
just
leaving them
yeah.
in the sun everywhere.
His name's screen printed on the fucking glass.
I heard about this thing called guerrilla marketing, so I'm leaving them pointed to that famous buildings.
Columbo again. Just, do you know anything about Banksy?
Oh man, I bet you Columbo can convince Banksy to kill himself, because that's how half of those episodes end. I put money on it.
Jeez.
I'm pretty sure Columbo could convince me to kill myself, and I'm not even guilty of a crime.
It's either that or the people just like. I think it's not very often that they actually try to kill Columbo, because usually he's just like, look, there's cops everywhere. You're gonna
Yeah, exactly.
Why add two bodies?
Yeah.
Or it's just the person sitting there going like, yep.
Yeah, and you get that depressing last shot as Columbo walks away and the uniformed cops walk up.
Uh-huh. Or the Johnny Cash one where they just sit down on a log.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yep, you're caught. What if I run? What if you run? Yeah, you got a good point. Sits down on a log.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't resurrect Johnny Cash for this movie either, so we're gonna.
There's so many zombies we need.
There's so many famous zombies.
You know, that's the name of my new Hollywood Undead cover band.
Perfect.
Ugh. Yeah. Why would you cover Hollywood Undead?
Because it worked for the name. All right. So the PI gets hired. All right, because there are these murders happening. But in reality, the real estate developer wants to get all that land, and he's sending his serial killer son out there to do it. So then he goes, investigates the first couple places, doesn't really find anything, until he finds the matchbook for the Blood Moon Lounge. Alright? And so he goes there to ask around about the murders and if anybody knows anything, but he gets there, place is deserted, goes in the back, there's the guy tied up, he rips off the gag, says, "Who did this to you?" He says, "C. Charles Davidson." And as he's reeling from that fact, he smells the gas, looks over, sees the stove that's on, is like, shit, jumps out the window or whatever, or runs out the front door, place explodes.
I think we need to push that until later. He needs to go to the Blood Moon Lounge first to meet either C. Charles Davidson or someone related to the insurance agency and have that be established as a before we blow it up.
Okay, so
Insurance
I think we should be introducing the highway department coming in or something like that a little bit earlier so that you know that there is this potential.
Well,
Yeah,
I think
it also kind of sets our time and setting as far as like this is when things are happening.
I think the way you could easily do that is when he originally has the meeting with his landlord, he's like, "Look, I got a big deal coming through. The government's going to buy a bunch of land off of me, and I need to know everything about it before I hand it over to them. Otherwise, they won't buy it."
Okay, I mean, yeah, that could work too. I was just thinking that he could be finishing up a meeting with these government people at the place when the PI comes in.
Oh yeah, that works too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
It's not necessary. I mean, we can explain it any way we want, but I just figured it kind of gives us that highway expansion.
Yeah.
era.
Oh yeah. That works if he comes in all blustery, being like, "Who are the suits?" Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm making some land deals with the highway department. That's why I need you on this.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it works both ways. And I like your
Because
idea
then
of having
when
the
the
suits
next
there.
murder happens, here we go. We have the suits there. When the next murder happens, he notices that it's not on one of his properties. It's one of the neighboring properties.
It's an adjacent. There's just an easement or something.
Yeah. And that's when he starts to piece together, like, oh, these last couple murders haven't happened on his properties. They've happened on people who aren't part of his real estate empire.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that means you start looking more in. So that could be the first time he goes to the lounge, just to get more information about that.
Uh-huh.
And then they send him to a property that heat on the street he's been trying to buy. Goes there, finds the place ransacked, maybe another dead body, but then another matchbook for... I guess you don't need the matchbook at that point. It's more like, why does he go back to the lounge?
I think he does need to find a match, because he could
If he's already been there, then
get just too late. I think he needs to have an altercation with the killer, or at least come into a close call with the killer, and that's how he gets the matchbook for the Blood Moon Lounge.
I mean, is he
that starts tying
is he
the
a
pieces
regular
back.
killer, or is this an arsonist? He could just be an arsonist. That ties in our matchbook. That's why he keeps finding matchbooks at different places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or it could just
we
be his
haven't really
calling
discussed.
card.
Yeah, we haven't really discussed like killings yet, or how what kind of killings he's doing. Is it ritualistic? Is it whatever? So I mean, we don't even really have the detail of like bodies keep popping up.
Well, so
It
this
could
is how
be
I
arson.
imagined it. It was just like, oh, it looked like this smuggling went wrong and this lady got killed, and now she owned this townhouse all by her own, and it's been in her family for a while, but with her dead, there's no one to take it over, and now the real estate company's making an offer. It's like, okay. And then the murders in that vein of, oh, this thing happened, break-in, armed assault went wrong, it looks like we'll have to buy the property. It's less of serial killers and more he's a hitman. and
Yeah, essentially, the son is just taking out. But I mean, we could make the son, when you see him in a family situation or something like that, maybe he is. I mean, do we want to have him be lobotomized? Is he just private pile, kind of dead-eyed, or is it not like that? Like, is one brother, the consummate professional politician kind of guy, slightly used car salesman-y, and then the other guy is just like a
Anton Chigurh from No Country for Old Men.
Yeah, that, or is he,
like
just a heavy breathing, like staring at people?
No,
and shit?
I feel like he's got
to
to be put together enough to be this property manager, right? Because you got to talk to people, so you got to be at least functional.
Yeah. I mean,
maybe
the original idea wasn't necessarily that he was like he was telling people what to do. It's just that he works for them.
Oh yeah, but like you got to talk to people if you're a property manager, or like you're gonna end up talking to people. So having him be like a fully lobotomized.
Well, I mean, we also talked about him being like the hidden son.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true. You did.
Like people on the outside don't see that there's two sons, so maybe one of them is just the gardener. That's why I was thinking like landscape or something very, very low responsibility that he just does for the father.
So here's an idea. He wasn't lobotomized.
Okay.
But there was a really bad accident when he was younger, and he had to get him like some skull
TBI
work done. So he isn't like a zombie, and he isn't completely, he can form full sentences and talk to people.
Okay.
But he's off.
Yeah, he's a little off. I mean, is it a thing where
Electroshock.
do we find? Yeah, I mean, is it post institutional stuff? Is it did the brother? Is it a Cain and Abel kind of situation where the brother attacked him as
he might
children
have just been institutionalized because if you've ever been hit in the head real hard, there's a chance of psychosis.
Well, no, that's what I mean. Like, was it just a TBI kind of deal that led to him being institutionalized, and maybe the town thinks it's more nefarious, and we show that it's not like that he's just disabled within the family dynamic, and then eventually you see that he is nefarious?
All they wanted was a Pepsi.
Is he a pitiable character initially or not? That's really the question.
You know what? We could even wind this back. Take out the disability angle, because I don't think we're going to justify that in a way that's both meaningful or respectful.
Well, I mean,
what if he's just a sociopath? What if he's just a psycho?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, look, it's well documented that the 99% of the serial killers, they all suffered TBIs in childhood. So you just have them. Yeah, I like that original idea of like he had a fucking playground accident when they were kids. He fell off the goddamn monkey bars. He wasn't right ever since. And once he started killing cats, his parents institutionalized him, but told everybody he died.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
No, that works.
Yeah. Either he's in the attic or he's in an institution or he's
yeah. Like
I didn't like finding that factoid out. I didn't like finding that one out.
Which one?
Most serial killers had some sort of serious head injury as a child, and then they just became psychopaths.
I mean, the same goes for comedians.
Huh.
Yeah.
There are two sides to every person.
Yeah, every comedian is a serial killer. Every comedian's a serial killer. But that's what they don't tell you on SNL. That's what Lorne Michaels been hiding all of these years.
He's keeping them in a stable, locked up.
He sticks with the improvers, that they're fine.
That's why he hasn't let Kenan Thompson out. He's the worst of them, so he just keeps them in the stable.
Yes, and I'm gonna kill you.
There it is.
Why do you think nobody saw Vitamin C after her appearance on All That? Kenan Thompson murdered her after the show. Hollywood covered it up.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a throwback.
I thought it was just the one-hit wonder aspect, but who knows?
Who knows? We're starting baseless accusations now.
Okay, so murderer is a TBI situation. Had an accident. The family covers him up. Death. What happened? Whatever.
Yeah. So once again, we have circled back to Rosemary Kennedy. So it's just we're just gonna say other son is Rosemary Kennedy, but murderousness. And he works a gardening job or a contracting
job. Some sort of super contracting job.
He's a super, who knows? He's the handyman. Actually, that's what he is. He's just the fucking handyman.
Yeah, he's just the handyman. I'm kind of picturing like a True Detective, like the guy mowing lawns
exactly
and shit.
That guy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so he's not like the face of, he's not the guy you're handing your check to.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
No, he's the guy who they hired to do to work on the furnace, and he never gets it quite right.
Exactly. Yeah.
So maybe at the Blood Moon Lounge, he corners Charles to grill him about his father a bit. Because he started to put together that all of these houses where the owners have been murdered have been bought up. And so he decides to go get some dirt on Raymond, starting with his son, the senator.
Soon to be senator.
Senator Hopeful.
State senator or federal? International?
Probably state.
International.
Yeah.
International.
He's
I'm a senator at large. What does that even mean?
I'm a senator without borders.
Yeah. Senator Sans Frontiers. I'm in.
I think that's what Elon's doing right now.
I was pumped when Big Boss was all about it.
Big Boss?
Metal Gear Solid.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
military San Frontiers.
Oh man,
my head went
Zach,
Big
you're gonna
Boss
have
Man
to-
from WWE,
Oh, yeah.
and I was like, what?
I got some homework for you, Zach. You got to play 3 Metal Gear Solid games to get some of me and Tony's jokes.
Yeah, no, you guys got some deep cuts. I'm not gonna lie.
That's here's the thing. You're right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. No,
It's-
I know I'm right.
But how does this sound to you? Soldiers Without Borders as a concept.
It sounds pretty standard.
That's the best bit. It is. All right, so he corners Charles at the Blood Moon Lounge. Then he gets a tip to head to X place. The brother is there. He just killed somebody. Leads him back.
The
to
brother's there. Can't be seen though. He looks at the killer, but he can't see his face.
Yeah. All right. Maybe you know what happens when he goes to that place? The fucking killer knocks him out. Because that way we have time passing, and we have time for the killer to get back to the Blood Moon Lounge, tie up the bar guy, set it all up, and then
Yes. I'm going to throw one thing in between there, though, because I think we need to get there after one point of he goes back to Raymond to question him a little bit on his motives, but also to report, hey, I don't think these killings are by accident. There's a pattern happening here. Raymond plays lame duck, lets him explain the situation. They get a tip on a new one. He gets there, knocked out, Blood Moon Lounge.
Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, so he talks to the son, goes to Raymond, then gets tip, then knocked out, then Blood Moon Lounge. Blood Moon Lounge explodes. From there, he's now convinced that the brother who is running for government office is the serial killer. But what happens then? I guess that's where we're at now. And what is our, and we need, this all has to build to something. Does he solve it and do the bad guys go down, or do the bad guys win and he leaves town, or does he die?
It's a good question. I mean, I was kind of wondering, like, what if the turn is that the C. Charles actually is the serial killer, and he's trying to pin it on his brother.
A double blind.
Disabled. Yeah.
Like the double blind.
Yeah.
But are we? Is it too twisted? Well, because noirs are always twisted. So yeah, double blind actually was Charles. But then what's his other son doing?
The other son is literally just the maintenance man, and they call him to whatever place immediately after.
He's the alibi.
Yeah, he's the cleaner.
He's the alibi.
He's essentially the cleaner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that means C. Charles is the one who had the head injury.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's why he's a sociopath, and that's why he's a good.
And that's why he's running for senator.
Right. So what you reveal is that they've switched.
Yeah, they sent the wrong brother to the institution.
He convinced the other brother to go in his place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Either that, or he has been this evil from the beginning, and when the accident happened, he switched places and no one noticed. Is that possible? Is that how absent?
I mean, I don't know if we need to justify it that deep. Even.
Yeah, that might
just going to he's a bad egg. He switched places with his brother to avoid the consequences. Brother got institutionalized.
Yeah.
And now he's been able to live this normal life.
Yeah. And,
as a sociopath.
And thanks to all the shock therapy, his brother has become complacent and will just show up there to the crime scenes and be the cleaner. They don't have to worry about him talking to anybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that could be a great moment where he thinks he catches Charles, but it's the brother dressed up as Charles, and the brother's like, look, man, I was just told to do this.
Yeah. My dad
I don't think you're a bad guy.
Yeah. My dad told me to come here.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Okay, so...
Hands the detective a glass of orange juice.
So now, we've gotten pretty far along here. We've been going for a while. We haven't discussed the possibility or option of a femme fatale.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure that out myself. Like, is there a female... she doesn't have to be a love interest, but she could just be someone that's helping along.
See Charles's wife.
Raymond has his... I see Charles's wife. Raymond has an assistant who they're... I mean, honestly, same purpose. They are there to instigate and to misdirect the PI away from the family.
So maybe Raymond's secretary?
Like Raymond's secretary, see Charles's wife, see Charles's secretary.
See Charles's wife secretary.
I'm going to call her Annabella Ballond.
Did you? I know you said Annabella Ballond, but in my head I heard Blancmange.
I'll take it. Annabella Blancmange. That works.
Annabella Melange? Annabella, how are we spelling Ballonge?
It just goes
Blancmange.
straight Bond with it and
It's
just
a
go
type of
Annabella
pudding.
Menage a Trois.
Oh.
Lamonge?
Blancmange. Is
With a B?
yeah, it's Blancmange. Yeah.
Okay.
He's got a blancmange.
A blancmange.
Is it? It's French, right? It's a French pudding?
I don't know what you're talking about. A blancmange?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's French.
I mean, it sounds French to me.
Yeah, it's spelled weird, though. It's like Blancmange.
Because she can be the one who lures him to the Blood Moon Lounge.
A late
Or his
night
death.
rendezvous with Annabella Blancmange? Who could say no?
Who could say no
Thank
to
you.
Annabella Blancmange?
Okay, strong bad.
Yes, yes. It's a dangerous name.
Dangerous too?
Okay, all right. So now we've added a femme fatale. So we're
Honestly,
we're
she
ticking off
fits
boxes
in
here.
pretty seamlessly into some of the interstitials,
yeah.
and can also serve as like a guide for the PI to go from place to place.
Yep. Makes sense to me.
Is she helping the PI
At first,
against the Davidsons, or is she
No.
with the Davidsons? No,
she's
okay.
with the Davidsons. She's the femme fatale.
Yeah.
Which leads me to my thing. Here's the image I had. A, the PI dies. B, it's a wide shot. He gets shot, falls down. Whoever shoots him walks away. And then we crossfade to where he was lying down, being covered up by the Eisenhower Highway.
Okay, I like that. I like that visually. So
And then it cuts to...
Wait, well, like basically, the end image is like him in a cement grave that they're pouring cement on?
No, a little more open-ended than that.
Yeah,
it's just like it shows like it's an above angle from high up looking down. He is on his knees in the street, and they bang. He falls over. They walk off screen, and then it just crossfades to the highway being built over where he had died.
yeah, it's like the end of Gangs
okay.
of New York when it does the cemetery and then you see the city behind it rise up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay, so we know. All right, now we know he's gonna die. We got him to the Blood Moon Lounge. We just need the climax now. Is what I'm seeing.
Is it a big?
It's about to be a press conference.
Okay, yeah.
For Charles.
Yeah, I was gonna say a fundraiser, but press conference works just as well. And so he's got the information. So we have to have one more setup scene before the press conference because he gets the information from the informant before the place explodes.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's got a. Does he see him in the act?
I think he
sees him kill the fucking girl.
Why would he kill the girl?
Because the PI's getting too close and she's supposed to be leading him away. And he, in a fit of rage, is like, you're supposed to be helping us, not hindering us.
So I was going to say, this is the press conference is when the big betrayal happens from the girl.
What's her big betrayal?
He comes up to confront him right before the press conference and is like, "I'm taking you in. I've got enough dirt on you to do, I don't know, XYZ. Click from behind. There's the girl with a gun.
Yeah, she's got a gun.
I think you better step away."
Okay.
Gives the senator a big smooch. Bammo. She was on their side the whole time.
Okay.
And it's the brother that is in the place of the senator. As a trap for him. Did I just overcomplicate things? Yes.
Oh, I got confused. So press conference for Charles.
In this case, it would be a fake press conference then.
A fake is just some sort of, or maybe he's on his way to a press conference. Maybe he's getting ready for a press conference.
I like I mean, maybe we go with I like the fundraiser idea or the it's something like that, some sort of event, just so it's not just a press conference.
Yeah. So he pulls him aside.
He walks in the back door and he sees him standing there.
Yeah.
Excuses himself, pulls him aside.
Yeah. And I'm going to go tell all of these nice people here who are giving you all of this money exactly what you've been up to with your father. And then she's got the gun in his back.
I don't think you'll be saying anything.
Yeah.
So
and then he looks and, it could be the double, it could not be the double.
So we're at the press conference for Charles. Jackson confronts Charles?
Yeah.
Is that what we're saying?
So it's now been changed to a fundraiser.
Yes, sorry.
And Jackson, pulls Charles away, confronts him.
And then Blancmange betrays.
Yep. Betrayal. He gets taken out back. I guess actually, yeah. So he has his goons beat him up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or no, he makes his brother beat him up.
Mm-hmm.
And then his brother dumps him out somewhere. And so from that point, we have to have the last incident where he gets shot, right?
Well, there's that. I feel like there needs to be a little bit more in the way of like climactic action after the press conference. Like either he gets away or
I think the idea is that the other brother starts to attack him. This is the reveal to Jackson that there are two of them.
Yeah.
He is able to defeat the brother, or not defeat, but like at least get away from the brother. And now the brother, this like angry brother, basically it turns into like a slasher chase where the brother's just like chasing him around, but at a slower speed.
I was gonna say it gets to a point where he's fighting for his life. He manages to kill who he thinks is Charles, but is actually the brother.
Yeah.
Allowing Charles to do the killing blow, and just being like, you kind of took care of two problems. Shame not to have a handyman anymore, but good work is easy to find if you pay enough.
You need good help.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
So basically, like it sets it up so that it ties up all loose ends at the end there, and there's a final showdown between the brother and Jackson. That's the idea. That there's that basically everything does get pinned on the brother or on Jackson.
It all gets pinned on the brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ties up with a neat little bow.
And then, yeah.
Actually,
his
no.
inauguration.
No. You're right. It all gets pinned on Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets the sympathy vote for having lost his brother to this crazed PI.
Yep.
Yeah. Love it.
Love that.
Yeah, you've solved 3 problems for me. You're dead, my brother's dead, and now I get the sympathy vote. Or the symphony vote. Symphony orchestras love dead brothers. I'm not sure if anyone's told you that before.
They just like to play dirges.
Oh yeah, dude. They're in their blue period.
Yeah. Those minor keys. Mm-mm-mm.
And then some cold line about Jackson being forgotten. Blam. Eisenhower Highway. And
Yeah, we end with fastballs. They wandered the highway. They're happier there today. See the road that they walk on is paved in gold. With some of them never get cold.
Oh. Such a sad song once you find out that it's written about actual people.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a very sad song.
Yeah.
So Jackson is framed, SJ is dead, Charles is elected.
Yep. Yeah, Charles gets elected. He wins the popular vote. Mr. Senator.
He serves 2 terms and is immediately elected to president, causing the worst precedent ever.
getting assassinated in Dallas Fort Worth.
Yeah. He gets the full county treatment. He's just shot in Fort Worth, not Dallas.
Yeah.
It's not a school book depository. It's actually a library burn pit. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Tony, you're the only one who hasn't done a roundup yet.
I was really hoping that you wouldn't realize that, because I was about to say we're about to get to.
No, we're at the roundup. Tony, you've never done a roundup yet.
No, see, here's the thing.
Or would you rather I roll a D3 and then a D10 and then a D2 just to land on you again?
Divide by 7 and...
Now, hold on. It's got some merits. As I stare down at these notes, I drew a lot of lines. So I think I got it. Like, there's a lot of just like one. No, it's like a half sentence and then a line pointing somewhere.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start from the
Mine
top.
are pretty concise. I think you can do it.
I got this. All right.
I think our first investment is a stenographer. We just need
a court stenographer.
Do podcasts get scripties?
What? No, I got
it's a producer.
No, I'm just messing around. I got this. All right. The name of this film is Mystery of the Mega Blood Moon. All right. Jimmy Solstice, runner, owner, proprietor of... Oh, sorry, Jackie Solstice. Jimmy was Jimmy Moon. Already off to a bad start. Let's cross that out. Jackie Solstice is a down-on-his-luck private eye. His bills are past due. No cases are coming in. Until one day he gets a phone call from his landlord, Raymond Davidson. Now, Raymond Davidson made his money back in the bootlegging days. But he's gone legit because he poured all of his dirty money into real estate holding. Raymond calls him up and says he wants a meeting. So when Jackie gets there, we see a bunch of suits leaving. Jackie goes, "Who are the suits?" Raymond goes, "Just some gentlemen from the government. They're looking to purchase some land to build a highway. But it's actually become a bit of a sticking point because some of my properties have had murders happen on them recently. And I need you to look into them."
So then, Jackie goes from there and starts investigating these murders. He goes to the first couple sites who are owned by Raymond Davidson, looks over the crime scenes, can't really seem to find anything connecting them. All right, and then, hold on, wait, where do we go from there?
After that, the highway department is introduced as a major player and part of Raymond's plan.
Well, we did that. We did that
projects.
in the beginning of the meeting.
Oh, fine.
No, I meant after.
See if I ever help you again.
No.
So
I was
Jackie
just
has been
asking
ordered-
after that.
Jackie's been ordered to investigate the murders on the Davidson properties.
Yep. So he goes, starts investigating the properties. What did we have after that?
Thinks he sees Charles, right? No.
No.
No,
That's
Charles is
yeah. See,
pointed
that's
out
my
later.
problem.
Okay.
Yeah, because so he goes, he investigates these properties. All right. He's interviewing witnesses. Oh, that's what it was. He's interviewing witnesses. And they say, we see Charles around here all the time. You should go try to catch him at the Blood Moon Lounge. He goes, talks to Charles at the Blood Moon Lounge, and doesn't really learn anything from it. But he gets the feeling that there's more to these murders than meets the eye, because he doesn't understand why this politician's getting wrapped up with his dad's real estate holding, right? So that's when he puts together, or that's when he gets the tip. Or we had him going back to ask Raymond about.
Yep,
He goes to question Raymond.
Yeah, to question Raymond about the holdings.
Yeah. My question is, when is Annabella introduced? I assume she's introduced prior, no?
Oh yeah, she's got to be.
yeah.
Sorry, I forgot we had the femme fatale. She's got to be introduced at what? She's the secretary who sees him in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And then when he goes back, he says, "Why don't you take Annabella with you, and she'll show you a couple more of my sites."
Yeah, she can let you into the property.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
My handyman isn't available right now, so Annabelle can let you into the property.
So then he goes to the site. It's dark. He loses Annabelle in the dark. He gets knocked out. And then he goes to the Blood Moon Lounge afterwards because he found, instead of finding Annabelle, he found a matchbook for the Blood Moon Lounge, goes back there, finds it deserted, barkeep is tied up. He rips off the Band-Aid, or the fucking, what are those things called? Gag. The gag on the bartender's mouth. Bartender manages to get out. It's like, it was C. Charles. And then the place blows up. He leaves. Goes to confront Charles at the fundraiser. Instead is outmaneuvered and betrayed by Annabella Blancmange. Basically hood over his head, taken somewhere, like let out in just like a fucking like a empty lot or something. The twin brother is there. Twin brother is basically forced to fight the Private Eye. Private Eye manages to defeat the brother, but he's incapacitated. That's when Charles walks up, says pithy line, shoots him. Private Eye dies. Eisenhower Parkway built over his death place.
Mm-hmm.
Did I miss anything?
I think you got it all.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Because these are definitely the worst notes I've taken for any of these that we've done.
This one, we jumped around a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lesson we learned is Zach's ideas are too hard. We're just doing Tony's ideas from here on out.
Damn it! What?
High concepts, man. Too much. We need low concepts.
You're looking at this all wrong. You're trying to make art.
I'm arting make. I thought that was funny.
I apologize.
Shut up.
I'm sorry, Ben.
Zach, apologize.
I did.
I'm sorry, Zach.
You better
You're
be.
forgiven, Tony.
And also with you. All right.
No, that's really fun. Hell yeah.
So
I think that's pretty well worked out. Obviously, some interstitial stuff needs to go here and there, but no, that's fucking good through line.
Yeah, we've never claimed that we're writing the whole script right now. We're just getting the outline done.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just an outline. It's just an outline.
Yeah.
Which
are we going to actually like make outlines that we post with these episodes?
Hey man, if you want to do that, go for it.
Yeah, you are welcome to.
Okay. I mean, would it be like a beat sheet? Would it be...
No, because hold on. That disincentivizes people to listen.
Because the idea is that someone then tries to write this, right?
Yeah, but we need to incentivize multiple listens. So no, do not release a beat sheet. If they want to take the idea and write it as a script, they gotta pay attention, take notes.
If this gets to the point where we can have a Patreon and they want to pay for the beat sheet,
yeah.
Actually, cut all of this.
Yeah, this is all getting cut out right now.
Yeah. The nuts and bolts don't need discussion on.
Yeah.
If you really want to type these out, I'm not going to stop you, but we should not put these up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't need to type them out. I was thinking about it. I just wasn't sure how much what the level of encouragement for other people to take these ideas and try and run with them is.
That's kind of what I figured the end wrap up was.
Yeah.
Was kind of like a, hey, here's the story as we've outlined it so far. If you're keeping track at home, cool for you. That's usually what my outro is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of outros, if you think this story sounds pretty, god damn it! What?
Tony.
What?
I was gonna say, if you've enjoyed listening to Mega Blood Moon, you could try listening to This American Life, starring Ira Glass.
What? I don't speak nearly soft enough for that. Come on.
We're hard speakers in this household.
Welcome back to This American Mega. I'm Ira.
Welcome back to the Mega Blood Moon podcast.
Welcome back to the Mega Blood Smooth Jazz Hour.
With Delilah. No.
Come on down to the prize, man. KT105, selling $5 football without the prize, man.
Sorry. Outro.
Ladies, gentlemen, boy dogs, girl dogs. If at any point in this story you think that this is something you want to take a crack at writing, absolutely do that. I hope this has inspired you to write your own Mega Blood Moon movie, and just remember, the rules are simple because there are only 4 of them. Number 1, 70 to 90 pages. Number 2, the minute you type the end, you are done. Number 3, write with the budget in mind, and your budget is what's in your pockets. And number 4, the moon must explode. Thanks for listening. 8 1 Delta Z 1 0 0 1 8 9 8 5 1 0 1 Delta Z 1 8 5.
Thank you for listening to the Mega Blood Moon podcast. If you have any comments or questions, please check out our website at www.megabloodmoon.com. Email us at afearsomewizard@megabloodmoon.com, unknown_Italian@megabloodmoon.com, or contact us at Sanguine Moonbase on Instagram. And please, if you have a moment, rate and review us on whatever platform you downloaded this on. It helps more than you can know. Remember, this could all be a simulation, and your only exit is through us, or not. I'm not an admin. I'm simply a software program telling you what to do.